Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. RT Bear here, and we're going to hang out for the next couple of hours. Just talk, just hang out, see how everybody's doing out there. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I don't even remember mine. Things move so quickly these days. So what did I do? Hung out with some neighbors and working on Black and White Volume 3, Sins of the Father. Yeah, it's coming along great, you guys. I can't wait to unleash it on the world. It's going to be big. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be monumental. Dare I say monumental. Also, I wanted to touch base with you guys and see how you feel about some of this Marvel stuff. Marvel announced at San Diego Comic-Con this big Doomsday Avengers thing. I think it's also funny that they're, Doomsday, that they're kind of taking stuff from DC Comics, with the character Doom. And if you guys haven't heard, somehow they coaxed Robert Downey Jr. back to the fold. And supposedly he's not going to play Iron Man. He's going to play Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom, in the new, I don't know, they say Avengers Doom. It didn't say Fantastic Four, so I don't know if he's going to be the big bad in the Fantastic Four or quite how they're going to do that. I don't even know the order of the films. Like, is the Avengers film going to come out before the Fantastic Four or after the Fantastic Four? I'm kind of a purist. I feel like that Doom has to be established in the Fantastic Four first, and then in the bigger, universe. I don't think of Doctor Doom as a Avengers villain. I think of him mostly as a Fantastic Four villain. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about Robert Downey Jr. playing Victor Von Doom? And there's been a lot of speculation that since they're messing with the multiverse, which I absolutely hate, I think I can see how Hollywood would be in love with it because they're like, oh, look at all these opportunities, all these things we can do. We can get all these, different actors involved, like kind of what they did with Deadpool. I haven't seen Deadpool. I'm going to go this weekend. And so I haven't seen that, but I heard there's a bunch of cameos and they're kind of messing with the multiverse and having fun with it. And I think that in that way, I kind of think it works, but in a more serious way, I don't think it really works. I don't like alternate. I don't mind alternate timelines when they're just kind of one-offs and it's an alternate timeline. But when it's your main universe and you're trying to get people involved and interested, I just think multiverse and these ideas are they're too heady, they're too grand, and I read comic books and I barely can keep track of it. I can't see how a normal average movie-going audience could keep track of it. So I just think it's kind of it's a heady idea. And I heard different YouTubers talk about, okay, they're going to introduce Robert Downey Jr. and then, this version of Doom will actually be Tony Stark because it's a multi-universe thing. And they've done this stuff in comics before. But I don't know, man. I need to hear back from you guys. So let's see. We got Leg Kick. Hello. We got Paulus Art. Hail Art. A Leg Kick. Good morning. Leg Kick. Am I trying to share Oodles best I can? Oh, well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's moving along. Art books are always a little tough. And we do live in a Biden economy, and so everything's a little tough right now. So I do understand and I do appreciate all the help you guys can give. One slick dude. Hey Art, what's up? What's up? Right back at you, the normie nerd. Good morning, Art and chat. Good morning, Wesley Edwards. Art, morning. What's up? I like that symbol. Yeah, let's see. We got leg kicks always good for some feedback. I think it is lazy. Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor, but multiverse is not entertaining. Doom should have been a European like Alexander Skarsgård and be imposing. There was no effort in it. Yeah, you know what else? Yeah, like I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is a big guy. So I don't know. I always think of Doom being able to go toe to toe with the Thing. You know, like he's powerful. I mean, in stature. So yeah, I mean, I didn't want to get right into to the hard stuff, but yeah, I do think it is a little lazy. It's kind of like let's throw star power at it. They got the Russo brothers back for the two Avengers movies, and I guess they're going to come out a year apart. So it looks like it's going to be a two-part Avengers movie. I think all this stuff is really going to depend on the supporting movies and how they build to it. You know how they build, and I don't really know where the Fantastic Four fit into this Avengers thing, um, because I don't. I mean, there's a lot of C and D level Avengers left, but I don't know if that's enough star power to really get people excited about a 2 hour movie. Who do they have? They have the Falcon. They have Scarlet Witch. They have Hawkeye, I think. But the Vision, I guess. I mean, he's a robot. They could bring him back. But Ant-Man, the Wasp, I guess they could make her an Avenger. She was originally anyway. So they haven't quite done that. They brought her into the end game stuff, but not real. I mean, they brought everybody in, so they weren't just Avengers. So no Captain America, no Iron Man. They still have Thor. They still have Chris Hemsworth, maybe, unless they burn that bridge with that guy. If I was Chris Hemsworth, I don't think I'd be real happy with the Marvel or the way the Marvel universe have treated my character. Let me see, who else do they have? I said Ant-Man, Wasp. They could bring in. Yeah, the Hulk. I guess they could bring the Hulk in. So I guess really they're only lacking the two main principal characters. Is that right? Well, they killed off Black Widow. So no Black Widow, no Black Panther, unless they bring in, the skinny little puny Black Panther, bring her into it. Yeah, so no Captain America, no Iron Man. I guess they got that Riri character. She is not worthy of an Avengers film. Either is the Black Widow replacement, her sister or whatever. I don't think she's on par to be an Avenger. I think they're kind of building her into. Is she going to be part of what are they called? The that other team. It's so how little I really am invested in it. What is the one with Thunder? Is it the Thunderbolts with Thunderbolt Ross heading them up? So I think she's the Black Widow wannabe is going to be in that team. So not in the Avengers. So I don't know what they're going to do. Um, and if they bring Robert Downey Jr. as the big bad with Doom, I mean, other than a reveal to the Avengers, like, oh my gosh, it's Tony Stark, when he pulls off the mask, and they're like, Doom is Stark, like everybody already kind of knows that that's probably going to happen. So you already said that Robert Downey Jr. is Doom. And so if the shock is like, oh, Tony Stark in this reality is Doctor Doom, it's most people will see that coming. I mean, maybe the average movie-going audience won't, but they'll already be saying to themselves, "This is the same actor that played, Tony Stark." So I don't really know. On one hand, it seems like it's a good idea, and on the other hand, it seems like it brings a lot of confusion, because unless you say, Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom character is somehow, Tony Stark from a different reality, different multiverse, that seems like the only way you can make this work. And if so, like Leg Kick said, I think it was Leg Kick, that it's lazy. Yeah. So the Norman Nerd says, I hate multiverse storytelling. I don't like it either. I mean, for the very thing that we're talking about now, I think there are some like heady people that will find it interesting to kind of decipher and figure out who's who and what's what. But the thing is, I don't necessarily find that entertaining. If I'm entertained by something and then there's this extra stuff that's stacked on there, then I find it entertaining. Other than that, I just find it a lot of work, trying to figure out, like I hear some of these YouTubers and they got it all, the 616 and the whatever, and they have all the different, Marvel Universe stuff memorized, but most people don't. And I think the biggest problem storytelling is things just don't matter. It's kind of like time travel stories. It's like if you kill a character in whatever you thought was your reality, like Tony Stark is gone, right? So we had all that big to do. Everybody mourned it. It was this big drama, and then you say, oh, well, guess what? Tony Stark is still alive in this other universe. Well, why did you kill him to begin with? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You killed him just to bring him back. Like, it's completely asinine. Like, you killed him and you didn't have anything to back it up. You didn't. I mean, Riri. I mean, she was borderline likable in the comic books. I don't think anybody was like, yeah, this is a great character or anything like that. Okay, so you have that. And then you brought her into, what was it? The Black Panther, the second Black Panther movie. And then she was just kind of like a throwaway in that movie. She didn't really do anything. And you tried to create some kind of origin out of it. And it was very uninteresting, completely uninteresting. There was nothing about it that even connected with me. I can barely remember it. I thought it was really, really dumb. And if this is the character that you're kind of building to take Iron Man's place, one, you cast completely the wrong actress. That woman has no charisma. She does not light up the screen. There's nothing going on there. And the costume design was horrible, and the origin was disgusting. It was so bad. So I don't really know what your end game is. I did get kind of excited. I mean, just to be honest, I heard some YouTubers and they were really excited about Robert Downey Jr. coming back in. And it is an interesting topic to talk about. I mean, we're talking about it right now. But I do think it's lazy, and I do think it's really short term. All it's going to do is inject some energy into the Marvel Universe right at this moment. And I think they feel that they need to do it. Like whatever they had planned for the last year or so obviously fell apart, was not that good. I wanted them to come back strong and to try to build back some kind of faith with me, because I don't have any faith in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the comic publishing, to be honest, at this point. So I wanted them to bring it all back with the Fantastic Four. Like, just scrap all this multiverse, all this garbage, and just kind of build the universe again, starting with the Fantastic Four, and be true to kind of the way the Marvel Universe did begin, with the Fantastic Four, and kind of create a new cinematic universe out of that. I mean, you bring the old into there, but you kind of use that as a new starting point for the viewers and even people like me. And you can reference the stuff that came before, but really try to not make it about that. Don't make it a nostalgic movie about, oh, remember this guy, remember that guy. Just just do like what they did with the first Iron Man. Just a great one and done film, and then just have some kind of plot line that can connect it to a bigger universe. But just make a really good Fantastic Four movie. And it doesn't look like they're necessarily going to do that. Like I did watch a little bit of the Fantastic Four like pitch at the San Diego Comic-Con with the four actors and the director. And I mean, Pedro, what's his name, Pasquale, seemed like the only one that had any kind of energy. Like they asked that guy that plays the Thing, and he was just like, they asked him like, what's it like to be in the suit? And he's like, I don't know. I just put it on yesterday, so I really can't tell you. Really, you can't tell him like what your experience was putting it on for the first time? That seems like it should have a story, like what the hell, dude? Like this is your job. Get people excited. And I was just like, that's just already it's like low energy, It's like, I'm gonna play the Thing in this movie. Yeah, who cares? I don't know, man. It was, and I don't even like that uh, Pedro Pascal or whatever the guy's name is, um, as Reed Richards. I don't know if he's good enough actor to actually embody the character. I mean, he might be. I just kind of don't like him. I don't hate him, but I haven't really seen anything that he's been in that I really liked. So they cast a midget for Apocalypse too. Yeah, they did. That movie was bad. That movie was not good. Uh, Recast the heroes, for goodness sake. Yeah, like I don't know if you're going back and you're saying this is an alternate reality, then why can't Robert Downey Jr. play Iron Man? I know that that's not that interesting. It's probably more interesting for him to play, Tony Stark as Doctor Doom. But there's going to be a lot of people that are like, this is not Doctor Doom. They're going to say, I want Victor Von Doom. I want that guy to be the big bad. I don't want this Tony Stark character to be the big bad. I know there are some comparisons, and they've done that in the comic books too. So it's not like, you go, well, there's no examples of it being done. There are, but I don't know. It just, I think like Leg Kick said, it just seems lazy. Bring in Shooter and Thomas to consult. Feige is a glory hog and hack. Well, they got the Russo brothers back, and they got whatever that writer that worked with the Russo brothers. They got him back. So I don't know, maybe. So they're going back to the golden goose that laid the egg. Pedro Ang, good morning, everyone. Stark is Doom, is cool as Finkel is Einhorn. Laces out. Finkel is Einhorn. All we need is the crying game music to be playing right now, Pedro. LOL, Pedro, you must have needed a scalding shower and a plunger. We got Joe Bernardo. Now we got everybody on board. Good morning, Joe. Aloha. Let's see. Leg Kick says Robert Downey Jr. is good to bring back for a small time. Have him get taken out by another Doom. What I This is all speculation, but this is part of the fun of the internet. And yesterday I did kind of do some deep dives into like speculative territory, and some of these guys I listen to them, but I can't quote them. So sorry if I don't give you credit for it. But that said, that if this is an alternate reality, then they'll play out the multiverse with this Robert Downey Jr., and then they'll correct it and go into whatever's going to be the main universe after that. So there'll be some kind of correctional period. So then they'll introduce another Doom, or like you said, you could bring in the real Doom to correct this timeline. I don't know. It sounds so convoluted. I don't know how they could possibly do it in a way that you could consume in a easy way, you know. And just to back up, I think the reason it's working with Deadpool and 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 Wolverine is because it's not meant to be taken too seriously. So they're really having fun. So multiverse, time travel stuff, if you're having fun with it, you know, it's not really that serious. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I know that those Deadpool movies are like there's a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff going on, and there's a lot of just making fun of stuff. So you don't really take it too seriously. I think it could work. Like Rick and Morty, you know, there's time travel involved, but it's like it's so over the top. You can't take any of it too seriously. So they're constantly contradicting themselves and going and just having a good old time with time travel without zero consequences, or the consequences are just completely ridiculous and don't matter. All right, let's see what Joe says. Well, they are trying to do a turnaround because you can see the foundations. The Russo brothers, Robert Downey Jr., Deadpool, Wolverine, Chris Evans, will be doing a Cap returning the Infinity Stones. Um, I don't want to see that. I don't care. Like we've told that story. Let's move on. You know, I don't know. The thing is, you basically got rid of the two characters. I understood that for one reason and one reason only. Those guys are getting kind of old. So if you look at like the first Iron Man and the Endgame movies, Robert Downey Jr. looks physically older. Chris Evans looks physically older. Even Hemsworth, when you look at the first Thor, he looked like a kid, you know, compared to now. So they have aged. So if you're going to get 10 more years out of the cinematic universe, I don't know how these guys are going to age. You know what I mean? 10 years from now, what are they going to look like? I mean, I'm sure they'll keep themselves up the best that they can, but you know, nature and aging does what it does. I mean, in my case, it's only gotten better, but in some people's cases, it doesn't work out so good. You know, I'm one of the exceptions to this rule. But anyway, um, I thought it was a good idea, you know, like on paper. Like let's get some new people in here to do this. And I thought that what is his name? Is it Chris as well? The guy that played Black Panther. Um, like I thought he would be a good. I mean, he was younger, and he had a presence and he had charisma. So I could see him leading an Avengers movie in absence of Tony Stark and Captain America. I thought he was he had the tech aspects like Tony Stark, with his sister in Wakanda and all that stuff. And then he had kind of the wisdom and the integrity of Iron or Captain America. So he was kind of the best of both. Oh my gosh, what is his name now? Somebody in the chat help me. What is his name? The actor's name that played Black Panther. Boseman, Chadwick Boseman is his name. Yeah. And so I thought, yeah, that guy could pull it off. But the thing is, I mean, fate through the Marvel Universe, something that they couldn't recover from. And I don't know if they had that planned, but I could see that version of Black Panther running the Avengers, like being the leader of the Avengers. And in that case, I think it could have worked, because you have this character that has status, has stature, that could be a leader, and it could have been an interesting dynamic in lieu of Iron Man and Captain America. Otherwise, like what you're forced with is like somehow you have to replace Captain America and you have to replace Iron Man, which it seems like that's what they're trying to do with Sam, with the Falcon, is they're trying to turn him into Captain America. I just don't think that that's a good move. I think he's great for the Falcon. I thought the Falcon was great. I would love to see the Falcon fight alongside the Black Panther, the Chadwick Boseman Black Panther. It's just not going to happen. So, and I don't see that guy leading the Avengers either. I mean, from the very get-go, he was never a leader type. He was always a very patriotic guy that wanted to do the right thing by his country. So then when Steve Rogers gave him an opportunity, he took it, and I thought that was great. I thought that was a great way to use the character. Ant-Man's not a leader. I mean, the Vision, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, none of those characters seem like they could lead the Avengers. I don't even like Thor. I mean, this version of Thor is kind of still looking for his identity. Like all these movies, he's still like, he doesn't know who he is. Is he going to be the king? Is he not going to be the king? Like they're just messing with the character so bad. Like he just seems like this character that's up in the air. Who knows what's going to happen with him? And I got a hair in my mouth. I think it's the dog. And so I don't. They haven't, in the last year or so, they haven't replaced a character. They haven't got a character that can replace those two. And it's all based on story. It's not even the character. It's the story, and it's the actor. You have to give the actor something to work with, and you have to get the right actor to embody that character. Like they got a bunch of different actors in this last year, and none of them for me have stood out. The guy who plays Shang-Chi, whatever, all those Eternals, who cares? What else new characters did they introduce? The replacement for Black Widow, who cares? I'm trying to think of. I've been really checked out. I know they tried to do a Doctor Strange, and that was pretty bad. Like Multiverse of Madness. It's like that's a clear example of why you got to stop this stuff. And they just watered down the Doctor Strange character. So I found that movie very, very uninteresting. I didn't see the new Ant-Man just because it looked horrible. I'm trying to think what else that they've done. The Guardians, but the Guardians are the Guardians. They're kind of their own thing. I thought the Guardians 3 was decent. It wasn't great, but it was okay. What else did they put out this past year or so? Nothing good. I'm trying to think of new characters that they've introduced. They haven't really done any new characters. They're still kind of, well, I guess Moon Knight on some of the Disney Plus stuff they introduced. Like, I thought the first couple episodes of Moon Knight had promise. Uh, Man, that thing fell apart pretty darn quick after that. The She-Hulk was horrible from the get-go. So it seems like most of the new characters they've introduced through Disney Plus. So yeah, they dropped the ball with She-Hulk, which I think that actress could have worked, but they gave her nothing to work with. They made that character completely unlikable, but she could have been a good um, addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is obviously what they were trying to do, but they created a completely unlikable character. I mean, really unlikable. When she goes at Bruce Banner and says, "You don't know what it's like," I was like, wow, that is that is nuts. That is somebody clearly checked out, or has an agenda, or both. Let's see what Bullet has to say. I already hate the Deadpool character. Now he's everywhere. Um, I never really took the Deadpool character too seriously, so I never put a lot of stock into the character. So there's characters that, like Ambush Bug, or Brother Power the Geek, or these type of characters that are always just kind of silly, but I don't take them too seriously. And so I was never like, oh, Deadpool in the comic books. I was never like, when the movies came out, I thought they were fun 2 hour movies, adventures. I never really, was like, ooh, Deadpool is the coolest. I never really was like that. It was just entertaining. Like I said, I'm going to go see it this weekend. Just because I really I want to get out. I want to see a movie. I want to support, the movie theaters. I don't want those things to go away. I like going to the movies. Um, let's see. Joe says they are going to scrap the multiverse. Doom is supposed to have a big screen about Doctor Doom. Big scene about Doctor Doom taking out the entire King Council. Okay, so then Doctor Doom is going to correct the multiverse. Okay. But is this Doctor Doom going to be Victor Von Doom, or is it going to be Tony Stark? And Dino Palacio says, art ranting on an empty stomach. No, I had a great breakfast. I had a great breakfast. My wife cooked me a couple eggs, a piece of French toast, some orange juice. It was delicious. Speaking of Victor, when are we going to see Gladiator? Was Gladiator that villain? I'm not sure what Gladiator. Apocalypse without the lips isn't cool. Apocalypse lips. Praetor 7 says, good morning, right back at you. Victor says, I guess Cable might come back if Apocalypse shows up. Maybe. I mean, they did a good casting in the Deadpool movies. I can't remember the actor that played Cable, but he was pretty good. Cast a white guy to play the Black Panther. You know what? If you want to be progressive, yeah, and I do agree, nothing matters. I said years and years ago when when everybody started kind of going woke, or people started going woke, I told my wife, I said, it just seems like everything's up for grabs. I said that years ago, like what Bullet says, like nothing matters. Like it just seems like nothing matters, and everybody's gonna, mess with everything. And so here we are, years later. Yeah. Let me see. Daniel Russell says, I think they will introduce multiple Doctor Dooms and you will be left with the Emperor Go Doom. That's what I think too. I think that I kind of think that a Victor Von Doom from whatever the timeline that's going to survive or stay is going to come in and correct the multiverse, which is weird. I mean, you created a problem that I guess didn't have to be there, and now you have to make it a story point to fix it. So sometimes these things create opportunities as far as like creativity and writing stories, but with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, none of this had to happen. If you're going to kill off your two principals that are supporting your franchise, you have to have a plan B. You have to have an idea to replace them. And if you knew Chadwick Boseman was sick, then you couldn't do it with him. So really the only actor and character that has any stature is Chris Hemsworth's Thor. That's the only character that you could have done anything with. And Thor can be a leader and should be a leader, but it feels weird to be a leader of the Avengers. It feels right to be, the leader or the king of Asgard, but not the Avengers for some reason. I don't know. Just because he's not really of our world. So he always seems like a guy, like just a god that comes down and helps the humans from time to time, versus the guy that stays on Earth and leads the humans. Joe said they said that Doctor Doom will be a lot of people back. I think maybe bring a lot of people back, where Steve Rogers' Cap has to come back to lead the Avengers to stop this Tony Stark. And I think that the real Doom will show up in the end. That's what I think as well. But Doom is being created as an Avengers villain, not as a Fantastic Four villain. So it still feels like they're putting a lot of energy into the Avengers brand versus the Fantastic Four brand. So I hope if they're going to do that they have a way of making it personal between Doom and the Fantastic Four. And I don't know. Like if they're going to bring, like, if that new Doom comes in and fixes this multiverse, is he the Doom that's in this new Fantastic Four movie? Is that universe? Like, I hate this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it gives you a headache. It's nuts. And also the stakes just don't mean anything. Like if there's another universe where these things exist, then who cares? Get rid of this universe or this character, but he still exists in this other universe. It's like this is stuff you do, I don't know, 30, 40 years from now. You don't do it in your your second decade. I think you still have to, there's still universe to build. You don't have to make a multi-universe. You still haven't fully created the Marvel universe yet. The X-Men haven't been introduced and the Fantastic Four haven't been introduced. Between those two IPs, you could create a whole new universe based on those two IPs. You don't even need the Avengers anymore. So I don't know, other than, Disney has a lot of branding with the Avengers. They have, like, in their amusement park, they have the Avengers campus, at the Disney parks and stuff like that. So I do understand, like, you want to continue that brand, but why did you kill off Iron Man and Captain America? They are the Avengers. It's just stupid. There's three characters that are the Avengers, really the Avengers. It's Thor, Captain America and Iron Man. I mean, the Hulk, kind of. I don't know. Ant-Man, the Wasp, kind of. But the three main power players are Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. You turn one into a fat doubting Thomas, and then you killed the other two. Well, you didn't kill Cap. You just made him ancient. Yeah, why not? Why not Michael Keaton as the Joker? Anything goes with this effed up. And you know what? Based on what you said, I could see Warner Brothers executives going crazy. This is the type of thing that Hollywood loves. They would love that. They go, because they don't know how to sell things based on merit. They only know how to sell things based on hype. So that's something they can sell. They go, oh man, this would make headlines. Michael Keaton as the Joker. Holy crap, that's great stuff. Marcus hates Deadpool. I thought the first one was good, but once you start bringing multi-universes in, I'm like, whatever. Doc Bacon, Hell T Bear, Hell Chat. What's up, man? Joe says the alternate Doom imprisons the real Doom, and that one shows up at the end. Watch what comes out. I think you're right. That's kind of where I was going, and a lot of the YouTubers are speculating similar things. So it's just kind of a gimmick. It's like it's a way to seemingly have something of substance, right, as far as story. So you have this new Doom, and just maybe it's Tony Stark. So since it's a new universe that you haven't seen before, they'll retell Tony Stark's origin, and instead of becoming Iron Man, he becomes Doctor Doom, right? They already have like Doctor Doom has Doom bots. They've already said like Tony Stark had this, like, I would like to put a protective, a dome over the world. Like, he already has these grand kind of global, ideas. He created the Ultron bots or whatever they were, close enough to Doom bots. You can see, and I guess there have been stories, I don't remember ever reading them, that had Tony Stark become Doctor Doom. So I'm like, okay, you can do it. It could make sense. It could even be entertaining if you get the right people to write it, and you get the right story and a good supporting cast and all that other stuff, right? But ultimately, it doesn't do anything. You still haven't built anything of substance. This Fantastic Four movie has to be that to move forward. The X-Men have to be that. They're already talking about like bringing Hugh Jackman back for the new X-Men. No, I don't want to see any of that anymore. I want to see a whole new cast. There are great actors out there. There are good actors that you could get, and don't base it on the Fox stuff. Just start brand new, start based on the comic books and build it up, right? Do that. And then with the Fantastic Four, do the same. And just make those movies rock. And if you can do that, it will be a lot of goodwill to the fan base, and these will be movies that work. Think of them more as one and dones. Try not to get so grandiose with like, how does this reflect on the rest of the universe? Build it up slowly again. Where you have, like a Nick Fury come in and talk to Tony Stark at the end of Iron Man 1 and say, you're part of a bigger universe and you don't even know it yet, or something like that. Hinting that there's Thor, there's Captain America, there's these other characters that obviously Nick Fury knows about, but Tony Stark does not. So then you build, even the villain base was building, slowly, and you built into a bigger Avengers kind of event movie. And And that's what you have to do. To be honest, with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, you don't even need the Avengers anymore. But here we are, they're going to keep trying to get this stuff going. And I do think it's just because they have so much branding involved with the Avengers, but it's branding that is directly linked to Captain America and Iron Man. Well, you killed the golden goose, What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't do anything. you screwed the pooch, as they say. Yeah. All right. Well, there's this thing right here. This is not going to be there's going to be no pooch screwing here. So this is Oodles with Doodles and other stuff too. You guys, we are entering into the 5th week of this campaign. It is kicking all kinds of ass. There's always room for some more ass to kick. We are at 79 backers. Let's get this thing to 80 backers. If there's anybody in the chat that hasn't backed this yet, I'm going to put a link in the description. Well, the link is in the description, so you can click on that. But I'm gonna put a link in the chat when I come back, so you can just click that and back a tier. And I'm going to give you a little preview of what's going on. So I got this great video from Chomp. Absolutely fantastic.
RT-Bear's Oodles of Doodles and Other Stuff Too is a 60-page, 9x12 hardbound book that will be printed on thick glossy stock paper and is a compilation of artwork from award-winning artist, RT-Bear. This book is filled with images that come from Art's Marvel, DC, Image, and Comicsgate work. That includes convention doodles, commissions, creator-owned IPs, and pop culture subjects that Art has brought to life with his masterful draftsmanship. RT-Bear's signature style is both lyrical and meticulously realized. The mastery of craft, seen in his work, owes itself to his 40 years in the comic industry, as well as viewing life through his own love of the art form itself. Fans of art prints have the opportunity to back one or both of the mini print tiers. Both are stunning collections of work that you can back individually, or together as a bundle. RT-Bear's Oodles of Doodles and Other Stuff Too. Back it now, on Indiegogo.
Yeah, that video came out great, man. Thanks to Shanthan Jetty for putting that together for me. I do appreciate that. And we are at 11,632. Yeah, let's keep this thing going. Let's get this thing to 12. Let's get an even number here. So what is that? We got like under $400 to get. I think we can do that today. Let's get like 80 backers by this live stream. That would be fantastic. And so here's the cover of the book, you guys. This is my art book, Oodles of Doodles and Other Stuff Too. This is a second printing of this book, but this is a new and dare I say improved version of the book. So there's going to be a lot of new pages, a lot of new entries. And that's one of the things I'm going to drop on you guys very, very soon. Some big news. So let's continue here. It is a 9x12 hardback book, and it's got 60 glossy stock pages at this point. That my brain got ahead of me. So yeah, you guys, we got Marvel, DC, Image, and Comicsgate stuff here. There's also condoodles, commissions, creator-owned IPs, pop culture, visuals galore. My style has been honed to perfection for over 40 years in the comics industry and viewing life through my own love of the art form. So yeah, here we go. A quote from a living legend, Kevin Nolan, quote for the book. And here's some of those interior pages I was telling you about. So the Captain Kirk, Cyber Frog, Gemshock, Gigantor. This is a new double page. This was not in the original book, you guys. So this example of some of the new stuff. This is in the original, the Cable stuff. And also, you guys, this was published years ago, but not this version. So these are digital re-inks of the artwork and new color work. So these only exist in this book. So you can only get these pieces of artwork in Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. We got some creator-owned IP in here. So there's some cartoon shows that I created way back when. This one's called Hit. And we got some other Comicsgate artwork here. We have Billy Tucci's She. So these are new pages as well. So this is 2 new pages. So showing off 4 new pages here, you guys, that were not in the original volume. So we have a bunch of prints here, a bunch of new prints. We got this Pit one that's only available in 2 different tiers. We got this commemorative 30th anniversary black and white Juju 11x17 print. Came out so good, I thought, hey, let's get it into some people's hands. And here we are. This thing looks incredible, you guys. This is going to be the new bad for volume 3 of black and white. Her name is Juju, and she is as scary as she is sexy. So we're going to introduce her in the story. So I have already, the artwork is already done for the introduction of the character, the first 5 pages, and it looks awesome. Yeah, she's a great visual character. And so then we have more prints. We have the set A, 8.5 by 11 print set. And all these books are signed and numbered. So all these tiers come with books as well. So then we have set B, a signed and numbered book. And then we have the head sketch tier. I'll draw the new versions of black and white. This is the 30th commemorative head sketch. These will go on your fly leaf of the book. So if you want me to draw in your book, this is how you get it done. So back that tier, and then we got some commissions, but those have been sold out, and they've been sold out for a while now. So, and we have the featured tier, which is all the prints, with the exception of the Pit print. So you get set A, set B, plus the 11x17 Juju print. Here's the book on its own. So yeah, this would, if we get a backer, we can get that to that 80 number. And we got the Oodles and the Pit print here. So that's one of, there's 2 different tiers that you can get the Pit print in. Here's the Juju plus book. Here's the set A plus book, set B plus book, and then we have the flyleaf head sketch. So you can get black, you can get white, or you can get them both together, which is pretty cool. The way the circuitry connects the 2, it's going to be pretty nice. It's going to look cool on the flyleaf there. And then the jam. This is where you can get the Pit print as well. So the jam comes with A, B set, comes with the Pit print, comes with 11x17, and it comes with the black and white head sketch. So you get both black and white in the jam. So check this out, you guys. I'm going to come back. I'll put the link in the description. Click that link. Go over. If you like what you see, back it, man. Let's get this thing to at least 80. Let's get 80 backers by the end of this live stream. I think we can do it. I have faith in you guys. We can do it. You can do it. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. All right. Wait, let's see. The Normie Nerd. When Doctor Who was a good show, they did time travel the best. Yeah, I'm not saying it can't be done, but there has to be a parameter for the way the time travel works. And then you have to work within those confines. Well, I don't know if everybody in the multiverse is gay. They might be. Why not? Why not just create a total like uh, Marvel multiverse universe where all the characters are either women or gay? You could do that. Rune King Thor. There's a lot of Thor stories that they could do. Skeleton Core Comics. Good morning. Hell chat, hell art. Yeah. It's going to be a good day. Let's see. Daniel says, well, art is really Vandal Savage. I think Vandal Savage is a great time travel character. So, Art the Bear, the fountain of youthfulness. Chadwick Boseman was supposed to do what you said. Oh, cool. I never heard that. Yeah, exactly. Thor finds himself again. Thunderbolts. Yeah, that's the. I don't know about that. I thought that the premise of the original, where what was it? They were all villains that were on some kind of redemption arc, so they took on new personas, like hero personas. I thought that was a neat idea. I don't know how you could do it cinematically. It seems like they're just using already established characters and just calling it, you know, Thunderbolts, which is like, who cares? You know, it's just another Avengers team. If they're villains that are on a redemption arc, I guess some of those characters are flawed. Who's in the team? So the new Black Widow, her father or whatever that guy was in that. Oh my gosh, that character was obnoxious. The guy with the beard, was he the Russian asset or whatever it was? I don't care to ever see that guy again. Who else is in the team? I got to look this up. Thunderbolts, cast movie. Okay, so there's Black Widow, Bucky Barnes. They don't give all the character names, but the actors. You know, it's weird that Florence Pugh, she's not that pretty, man. She's kind of frumpy. I'm sorry, Steven Yeun. What character is he gonna play? It doesn't say. They don't say the characters. They just say the actors. So Lewis Pullman, I don't know what character. Lewis Pullman officially joins MCU Thunderbolts cast. Hints at Sentry. Okay, so that's their kind of evil Superman character. This Geraldine, this Wanath Van, she looks kind of weird in some of these other shots, but there's like this kind of glamour shot of her. She looks prettier than the Black Widow character, at least in this glamour shot of her. It doesn't say her character, so I don't know what character she's supposed to play. There's this Ayo, Ayo. Doesn't say the character that she's playing. I guess she's a comedic actress. David Harbour. I saw what you brought to that Black Widow movie. Not good. A Wyatt Russell. So he's gonna play that alternative Captain America. They got a big cast for this movie. Hannah John Kamen. They don't say the character. And Julie Louise Dreyfus is going to. Rachel Weisz is going to be in it too. That woman, I don't know. I never thought she was attractive. There's some people that think she is. That the guy that played Zemo. Now that guy's good. He was the best part of that stupid Falcon Winter Soldier movie. So anyway, and then of course, Harrison Ford, which I saw the Captain America trailer. I don't know, man. It didn't do much for me. Yeah, I think that she possibly could. Like, I think if they didn't kill her character and Chadwick Boseman were still alive and they still chose to do the Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. thing, they could have pulled it off, because I think there was enough goodwill with Scarlett Johansson and Chadwick Boseman, and I think you had Black Widow, who was on kind of a redemption arc, and she plays well with characters that have a lot of integrity, like Steve Rogers. So some of the best stuff that Black Widow's done, like scene wise, is when they're trying to hide and they're going undercover, Black Widow and Captain America. And so there's a line that she says something like, "So you never trusted me," or something like that. And then Steve Rogers turns to the character and says, "I do now." So that speaks a lot for the character. Like, if you have a character of integrity like Steve Rogers, and then he says something like that, then it means a lot. So as the viewer, you go, yeah, she was kind of like this gray area character. But now Cap believes in her. Now Cap trusts her where he didn't before. So now you know that she's worthy to be an Avenger. Like before, she was just kind of hanging out, right? For necessity, whatever it was. But now she's actually earned it. So she's earned her place on the team. And I thought that was great. So I do think if Scarlett Johansson was her character still around, and when they lost Chadwick Boseman, they lost a lot. I liked that guy, and I liked his take on Black Panther. Let's see what Admiral Wackass has to say. Gonna go see Deadpool Wolverine tonight. Heard it was good. I heard it was good too. I'm not expecting much. I heard it's just a bunch of craziness. Like, it's just a fun movie. And quite frankly, I could use a good fun movie. I don't expect anything from Deadpool. Also, having said that, I've said on a lot of live streams, he does not belong in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He belongs in his own universe. Don't try to cross him over into any kind of Robert Downey Jr. cinematic universe. Keep him away. Let him exist in that universe. In that case, I think the multiverse could work. Just keep him in that Deadpool world with the Fox X-Men characters and whatever, and just have it exist unto itself. Also, I think that they really should divorce that character from too much X-Men tie-in. Just have him be a character unto himself. Like, I think that Hollywood relies too much on like these big casts. Like, they don't have faith. Like let's just say like a Fantastic Four movie. Just make a Fantastic Four movie. Don't have cast du jour come in and try to support it. Just make a really good movie. Make us care about those four principles. Make us hate the villain, And I'll tell you, it will go a lot further than trying to shoehorn a bunch of characters in because you don't have faith that this Fantastic Four movie is going to be good. When I see too many characters and I see this gimmicky kind of stuff, I just think Hollywood doesn't have faith in the IP. You know, this is like stunt casting. They're going to get a bunch of extras in there just to, you know, I don't know, just pad it so that they have like some kind of, you know, wow, I am way behind in the chat, you guys. I am sorry. But here, click on this, you guys. Go back, Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. Do it now. Let me go back. I'm going to try to move a little quicker, you guys. Chadwick's talent reminds me of Andy Whitfield, both taken from us. Black Panther sucked, by the way. Yeah, the first Black Panther with Chadwick Boseman, I thought the first half was pretty good. I thought the fight between the two Black Panthers was pretty lame, actually. I thought the fight for the throne was better. Like in the water when they didn't have the suits on, that fight was better than when they had the suits on. I didn't really care for all that. It just became a big CG fight fest, and I didn't think it felt personal anymore, and I didn't think that it had any real impact on it. So, having said that, the first half was decent. That Black Panther 2 was god awful. It shouldn't have been made at all. I don't understand the merit of that movie. I don't know how it got greenlit. The replacement Black Panther, his sister or whatever, I thought that was horrible. Like I would have rather see, I don't know, I don't remember the actor's name, but the guy that was the brother, the king's son, that was challenging what Chaka or whatever his name is for the throne. I thought that guy would have made a way better Black Panther, and also in a way that character not necessarily had more integrity than Wachaka, but he saw things clearer than Wachaka because he was still like his dad was this great man and all this other stuff, and then the brother Killmonger or whatever, he saw things clearer and he knew what was going on. And the thing is, they kind of glossed over it real quickly, but that Wakanda is not a place to be celebrated. They had technology, and they said they had technology before a lot of places did, and they didn't lift a finger to help Africa. Like when the slave trade was happening, all that stuff, and poverty and starvation, all that stuff, you had this dome city that was flourishing beyond most cities outside of Africa. And so realistically speaking, the dad and the kings, the Black Panthers that came before, they were all bad. They were horrible people. If they want to say, like by today's standards, like colonizers and people like that were evil, then Wakanda is even worse because America and the Western civilization shared their technology with the world. It made everybody's lives better, but Wakanda they just hoarded it. So I thought that, like, for a story arc, Wakanda is like this damaged place that should be on a redemption story arc, you know. And it seemed like that between Chadwick Boseman and and Killmonger, I don't remember the actor's name, but he's really good. He was great in that. You felt for him. I thought it was more his movie than it was the Black Panthers movie. The villain just stole the show. But he was, when he came out of the movie, I don't know if they killed him or not. I don't remember how it ends. But if they killed him, they did a disservice, because I thought that guy, I think he would have made a way better Black Panther than the sister. Because I never, when I read the comic, I never really thought that the Black Panther suit gave him a ton of power. I always thought of him as more of like a street level guy with some like protective properties with the suit, but not that it was like a super suit, like it gave him super power, like strength and stuff like that. Let me see. Joe Bernard says Doctor Doom is a villain for the entire MCU. They said that the Robert Downey Jr. Doom might be the Doom in the Fantastic Four. They have to, and yet Doom. All the villains in the Marvel universe are, all the universe villains. I mean, they've crossed over in stories before, but I always think of Doom as primarily a Fantastic Four villain, and also I still don't think that Hollywood has done Doctor Doom justice. So I would like to see that happen. Multiverses are about as bad as time travel. Nothing matters. Exactly. Deb Koth says art is on such a downer. It's like listening to Shane. Are you serious? I try not to be. I try not to. Shane got railroaded by Patrick T last night. Wow. I don't know what that's all about. The MCU went into the multiverse beat, DC to the multiverse. Yeah. Shane took it down right away. Well, that's not good. Shane's a good guy. What was it about the blame stream? I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What did Patrick T do? Patrick T was using all the anti-CG talking points of the Slums and Dean Vicky. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm surprised Shane even sent Patrick the link. I didn't think they got along. Patrick T. I did a stream with Patrick T. I believe. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with him. Logic's Finest says it doesn't matter who the actors are. Bob Iger and Kevin Feige have destroyed Marvel with social agendas and retcons. Yeah, it's definitely an uphill climb. Shane said he regretted it. Pat told him if KD did sue him, he's suing Shane. Wow, I'm not even going to get into that. The Russos gave us the best MCU movies: Cap, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. They are doing the stories for those movies. The rest of the movies will build to their movies. Well, let's hope. Let's hope. They said Hugh Jackman will only be until the Secret Wars movie. Then a new Wolverine will be cast. Okay, well, it sounds like they have a plan. So let's see what Bullet says. I got Andy art and unfortunately Kelsey's sketchbooks. And unfortunately, well, thank you for picking up my book. Let's see. The Russo brothers set a low bar after Winter Soldier, mix and matching from several different books and stories to make a patchwork of two films, the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity War books. Refunds for indie books are gay. Let's see. Deb says Art should join Malin on his comic book member stream. Shane was awful as a co-host. They asked me to go on what is it called? Oh my gosh, it's the Friday night show. But they didn't send me a link. It's with Mandy Summers and Dale Keown. Yeah, it's a David Harbour, Red Communist or something. Yeah. What a joke. Like that, the tone of that movie couldn't figure out, like that Black Widow movie. Is it supposed to be funny? Is it serious? Like I didn't get it. So, but those characters, a lot of those characters, I guess, yeah, I guess are kind of villains. The Red Guardian, yeah, that's his name. Yeah, she is kind of frumpy. That actress that played is playing, what is it, Florence Pugh or Poog? Yeah. I'll take her. Headless says, let Marvel and DC choke on their own, what is that? Crapulence? 20th Century Fox uh, artifacts bleed dry for relevance and substance by lesser men than their creators. Yeah, they're definitely in a dilemma. I think they thought that they could be woke, and then these companies are hemorrhaging cash. So I think they're kind of coming around. But the thing is, I think the only way Disney and Marvel and Star Wars and all that stuff's going to turn around is they got to get rid of Bob Iger. Because I think Bob Iger, well, I know he's not a creative person. He isn't. He's not a man of vision. He has really no idea what to do with these things. He purchased them, and at first he was smart enough to kind of let them be their own thing, like Pixar and Marvel. And then eventually, and Star Wars, well, Star Wars never really was, because they didn't have the leadership. Pixar and Marvel already had like some kind of structure. Star Wars was up for grabs, so that thing came off the rails almost instantly. Um, but it took a while for Pixar and Marvel to, and so then eventually that woke, virus just gets into everything, and it it's because of the leadership. These things exist because of the leadership. People don't respond or create these things without the okay from the people that are paying them. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff had to be paid for. It had to be okayed. And on some level, Bob Iger, well, not on some level, he completely signed off on all this stuff and probably is the one that said you should include some of this stuff, or at the very least, hired these inclusion people to go in there and make sure that things were, I don't know, that there was agenda, that was put into place with all this stuff. And yeah, I blame Iger and Disney and all those franchises. They're not going to change until he is taken out. And the thing is, his replacement that he's grooming right now, and when I say grooming, I mean he's grooming him. It's just, it's going to be more of the same. He's going to be a puppet master. That's the new thing too. It's like, all right, Obama's gone, but he even said it, like, if he had another 4 years, he would do it from his basement in his pajamas, right? So then, like, I think these people tell you everything you need to know. So then you smash cut to Biden, Harris, and then you get the idea that they're not thinking for themselves. They're just kind of making happen these other things that are being told to them, whether it's deep state, whether it's Obama, whether it's the globalist. I don't really know, but it's definitely not them running the show. And so, then they go, okay, then Kamala Harris is going to continue the same thing. So that'll be the next generation of the same beliefs. And so then, you got Iger, and he's grooming that woman to take his place, and he'll rule it from the basement as well. He'll be just like Obama. He'll be in his pajamas, and he'll be calling the shots. When they brought in Chapek, he did the same. He tried to puppet master that guy, but the problem was that guy didn't want to be puppet mastered. So he did to a certain extent, but he tried to be his own man, and then he got eradicated. He got put down. He was taken down by Bob Iger. Why was Bob Iger put back into place? Because Bob Iger is a powerful dude. He made it happen. Yeah, I agree. The Sentry, Duck Bacon, the Sentry would have been a great standalone movie if they had stuck to the original. Yeah, I agree. And because then I think that they can deal with the character based on his own reality, because he's like one of those characters, kind of like Deadpool. Like I don't think they really work well in a universe like a Marvel universe. Hail Chet. Yeah, Michael B. Peterson. Yeah, something like that. Are you sure it's not Michael B. Jordan? There it is. Also, T'Challa lost the throne. It was horrible that he could only beat the Killmonger with powers only. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but he lost, and then they had a rematch, which was fine. T'Challa. Yeah, who was Wachaka? I didn't even know. It's T'Challa. I don't know these guys. Richard Dube says, hello, Art. What's up? Let's see. Somebody's got to give me the lowdown. Patrick T was coming hot off Lord Raptor Jesus stream, but in fairness, Katie in meant our clout chasing grifters. Who cares? Yeah, I don't know. Art is too innocent for this nonsense. I just don't care. I am far from innocent. Yeah, it was ballers. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get the link though. It's also kind of late. It's late for this old guy. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have hope. I just think sometimes this stuff is interesting to talk about. I don't understand the blind hope, years of proof of crap from Feige and Marvel, yet you hope things will magically change. Make that make sense until the woke mind virus. And yeah, that's what I said. I said Bob Iger goes, it's not going to change. I just said that. Same puppeteers. Vaughn says yo yo yo. He likes to play the yo yo. All right. Whoa, I'm caught up. How did that happen? Let's see. Bob Chapek also found the FTX exposure that Disney had and the connection to members of Congress and investments and possibly money laundering, but the media buried. Yeah, I think he was a liability. I do believe that he could have in some way helped the Disney brand, because he did come out and say that Disney needs to stop being political. He said that, and then within, like, I think a day, um, they came down. The Disney organization came down on him and said, like, how dare he, or whatever. And it's like, what he said was wise beyond anything that you people are doing. Like, he is smarter than any of you are giving him credit for. That is exactly what you should have done. That's exactly what should have been done. And then after that, it wasn't Chapek that was like that whole Riddy Creek stuff and all that. It was Iger and those ideologues pushing him back into defending that Disney was going to stay political. If they would have done what Iger or what Chapek said, there wouldn't have been any of that problem. Yeah, they would have just stopped. T'Challa is Black Panther. Indeed, he do. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that Bob Chapek was a great guy. From what I hear, he did create the Disney Vault stuff. That was a big, big, huge moneymaker. It was a good idea, and it made Disney a lot of money. So, yeah, I mean, I think Bob Iger is the more evil of the two. What's up? What's up? Phil, what's up, Phil? What's up? I'm sorry, I'm reading here. Uh, bu- 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 Avengers versus X-Men. Yeah, but let's do that. I don't know, 10 years from now. Let's not start off doing this. They did show the Fantastic Car. I thought it was kind of lame. I thought it like lame. I don't know. I mean, the Fantastic Car kind of is lame, but I like the little compartments. Like, it's kind of like a capital I. It's got the line middle, and then so each one of the four had their own little compartments to sit in. We got Jolly Green in the chat. What's up, brother? I'm gonna wrap this up very, very soon. Shiny objects, but the characters aren't the canon characters and are full of woke mind virus. To each his own, but I walk away from Marvel and I'm not fooled. But many will be. Yeah, I mean, I don't look at Deadpool as being one of the Marvel movies, to be honest. I still think about it as being completely independent. Um, so you guys click this link, go over. If you like what you see, back it. So this is the book right here. This book right here is just about ready to go. The original files are there. They exist. Let me get rid of that. And so all I have to do is add the new pages. So one of the things I wanted to announce today, this is the big message. I've been talking a lot, but this is the big news. We are going to add 4 new pages to the book in the form of stretch goals. So if you guys have already backed, you're going to have 4 more pages of content. If you haven't, you now have a 64-page book to back. So they will be brand new pages, just a mix match of a mash of DC Marvel stuff, doodles, commission con drawings, sketches, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have 4 new pages to the book, you guys. So one of the reasons is I want to thank every one of you guys for backing. So to give something back for your faith in the book, and it is a gorgeous looking book, you guys. It is really good looking. I mean, I could, you know what? This camera is not going to do it justice, but here's some of the pages. So there's work in progress stuff. There's little doodles back over here. There's pen and ink without color. There's a glare on everything. But yeah, there's all kinds of interesting compositions. Let me find some of the pages that are black and white are a little tough. Last page. We got the Vader, Mr. Vader, Mr. Vader, sir. We got some ladies in the book. It's all kinds of fun stuff here, you guys. So if you're a fan of comic books, if you're a fan of artwork, comic book artwork, this is the book for you. And like I said, we're going to be adding 4 new pages to it. So it went from a 60-page book to a 64-page book. I'm going to make the official announcement after lunch, after I eat with Pamela, and then we're going to do that, make the announcement. So I wanted to come in here first, let you guys know we're building this together. It is going to be a fantastic book. Even if you got the original book, I do appreciate that, but this is going to be a different book. So there's going to be a lot of new artwork in this. So why not both? Oh, why not both? So anyways, you guys, come by, check it out. If you like what you see, give it a backing. And we're starting into our 2nd month. So this is week 5 we're starting into. It's going to be a 60-day campaign. So time is starting to run out. So I do appreciate all the support. If you guys are a little strapped right now, I understand. If I could get some guerrilla marketing out there, if you guys could tweet out, on your social medias, and get the word out, I would appreciate that. It is going to be an absolutely fantastic book, good coffee table book, and I absolutely love art books. I got a ton of them. I probably have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of art books all around. They bring me inspiration. I think it's a celebration of this medium, of the artists that have been contributed to it, all that good stuff. And there's 40 years of artistry that are in that Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. So you guys go check it out. I do appreciate it. Let's see, Kingslater art, of course. Let's see. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. You guys are the best. Yeah, I like these morning hullabaloos. I like hanging out with you guys, not having too much planned, just kind of working through things. And yeah, that Robert Downey Jr. thing, I do see it from a corporate standpoint, but it does seem like maybe with the Russos, they can bring some substance to it. Maybe with Robert Downey Jr., they won't drop the ball. But it does seem like a oh shoot, sorry, it seems like a Hail Mary pass, just like throwing the ball all the way to the end zone and hope somebody catches it. Oh, thank you so much. I backed it. Joe backed it. I will make an ad for it, Art. Oh, thanks, man. I do appreciate it, Joe. Let's see what Admiral Wackass. Have a good lunch with the wife and have a good day to all. Yes. All right, you guys. Have a fantastic day. It was nice hanging out with you for the morning. And I do look forward to these shows. Until the next time, yeah. This is RT Bear coming to you live from Hack Shack Studios. Go back, Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. And I will see you on the Kings tonight. So you guys take care, be good to each other, and I'll see you very, very soon.